welcome to our viewers in the United States and around the world. We are continuing our breaking news live coverage after the FBI says it is investigating what appears to be an attempted attempt of former President Donald Trump. We are told the former president is safe after shots were fired in his vicinity while he was golfing at his club in West Palm Beach, Florida. That's just about a 15-minute drive from where his Mar-a-Lago club is in Palm Beach, Florida. Moments ago, we got an account from the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office detailing how all of this unfolded, Wolf, and it is quite stunning.
It's stunning and very detailed. In fact, very, very revealing. Law enforcement officials saying a person has been detained in connection with this incident that occurred at the Trump International Golf Club around 1:30 p.m. Eastern earlier this afternoon.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but this world we're living in right now just seems like a total movie, and I'm just going to get straight into this one, no messing about. If the proper protection isn't given, if things aren't sorted out properly in the future, the ending to this film is very predictable. Trump will end up losing his life. For those of you that may not know, another person just tried to take Donald Trump's life. It is absolutely disgusting. Yet again, we are sat here talking about another attempt on this man's life. It shouldn't be happening. Plain and simple, that's common sense, right? And I do not care how much somebody dislikes this man, because we know these woke leftist liberals, let's just be honest about it, they want to see him gone. They would celebrate if he lost his life, but they're a bit messed up and they need help. I do not care. Many people do not care how people feel towards this man. It is not normal. And the concerning thing is, you watching maybe, and many others, predicted another situation would happen. That's how deranged and demented these people are. But in today's video, we're going to be getting into all the details, what transpired, etc, etc. But before we do get into that, as always, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. And it really, really does matter on these sort of videos, because for whatever reason, when I talk about Trump, they seem to be the ones that get censored the most for whatever reason. If you're new around here as well, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. And now let's get into all the details surrounding this situation. CNN have reported the FBI said it is investigating what appears to be an attempted assassination of Donald Trump at his Florida golf club, just 2 months after an attempt to kill the Republican presidential nominee at a Pennsylvania rally. The former president was not harmed. Man, just 2 months ago, this man almost had his life taken. And now we're back here talking about a similar situation. Thankfully, it was nowhere near the same as the first one, but the fact this has happened again, it is absolutely disgraceful. Ryan Wesley Ruth, a 58-year-old owner of a small construction company in Hawaii, has been detained in connection with Sunday's incident, according to 3 law enforcement sources. Here's what happened. Gunshots were heard during golf. Trump was moving between holes 5 and 6 at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach with donor Steve Witkoff when gunshots went off. The golf game, and get this, was a last-minute addition to Trump's schedule, sources said. Now, this part to me is pretty insane, because if this is correct and the golf game was allegedly last minute to Trump's schedule, how did this man know he was gonna be there? That doesn't sound like somebody who just thought one day, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Nah. He would have traveled to that golf course knowing Trump was gonna be there, when many people perhaps didn't. That to me sets off a lot of alarm bells. But Secret Service spots a rifle. A Secret Service agent spotted a rifle barrel sticking out of a fence, and agents fired at a man in the bushes along the perimeter, according to Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Bradshaw said his office was alerted at 1:30 p.m. ET that the Secret Service had fired gunshots. The person was 300 to 500 yards away from Trump, and officials said. The suspect then fled in a car. A witness saw the suspect run from the bushes and took a picture of his car that led to the suspect's apprehension. There was a highway chase where police flooded Interstate 95 before stopping the suspect's car and detaining him. The suspect was not armed when law enforcement officials took him out of the car, and he has not made any statements. The person in custody is Ruth, according to 3 law enforcement sources. Evidence found in bushes. Law enforcement officials found an AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks that had ceramic tiles in them to augment a bulletproof vest, and a GoPro where the suspect was positioned. This whole setup indicates a very high level of pre-planning, former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe told CNN. Yeah, it does seem like there was a high level of pre-planning, and again, the key point is, if Donald Trump going to this golf course was very last minute, how did he have this situation planned out? A lot of questions, just like last time, need to be asked. Will we get the answers to them though? Absolutely not. We don't live in a normal world, do we? But what about the psychotic person that was involved? What do we know about him? What is he all about? Well, Sky News have reported details have emerged about the suspect who was arrested after an apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump. With reports, the alleged gunman had previously flown to Ukraine to help fight it against Russia. In Hawaii, he and his son appear to operate a company building sheds, according to an archived version of the webpage for the business. Voter records show he is registered as an unaffiliated voter in North Carolina in 2012, most recently voting in person during the state's Democratic primary in March 2024. His support for Ukraine. Ruth is reported to have traveled to Ukraine in an attempt to help the country in its fight against Russia. A video has emerged of an interview he gave to Newsweek in 2022 where he spoke about his efforts to recruit volunteers for Ukraine's ground forces. He says in the footage, this conflict is definitely black and white, this is about good versus evil. Funny that, because your actions show we are definitely in a good versus evil situation. Ruth later says in the video, why leaders are not sending military implying to Ukraine is beyond me. We're going to have to elect new leaders the next go around that have a backbone and have the fortitude to say we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior from Russia. So all of this seems very strange, and again, not just your average person who thought they're going to go ahead and do this. It seems like somebody who is heavily involved with many different things going on in the world. Hopefully we do get more information surrounding all of this and who this man was, what else he has been up to, but you know, I said just a couple of minutes ago we probably won't, because it's not the world we live in, and their actions show that previously. You know, look how quickly they made everybody forget about it. They stopped talking about it. But moving on, let's see how some people have reacted. First and foremost, Kamala Harris. I've been briefed on reports of gunshots fired near former President Trump and his property in Florida. I am glad he is safe. Violence has no place in America. A woman called Rachel Vindman says, no ears were harmed. Carry on with your Sunday afternoon. Sorry you're triggered. Laughing emojis. I mean, no, I'm not. I don't care a little bit. That is just a classic representation of how the woke leftist liberals think. Do you remember last time when Trump almost lost his life, and I made a video, many others made videos on how they reacted? There were people breaking down, going crazy, upset that the shooter missed. I just cannot comprehend. I just don't know how people think like that. It is beyond me. It's beyond all of us, because we have common sense. How people can post videos on TikToks, tweets, whatever, being upset that somebody missed, or just because in this case he didn't lose an ear or nothing else happened, don't worry about it. It wouldn't be the same if it was the other way around, would it? Absolutely not. And not only do we have this woman and others saying similar things on X, we have MSNBC, and this shouldn't surprise anybody, but we have MSNBC saying the Trump campaign might need to tone down the rhetoric. What? Take a watch.
Do you expect to hear anything from the Trump campaign about toning down the rhetoric, toning down the violence, or would that be atypical of the former president?
Well, Alex, remember back to the assassination attempt on President Trump's life and how, you know, there was talk of a new tone, and then the Republican convention was, by Trumpian standards, muted, and it did seem like he was, you know, just trying to take it down a few notches. But then by the end of his convention speech, you know, we were kind of back to where we started. So I don't know how long this could, you know, this moment of unity for the country where we come together and we say, I don't want any political opposition to be under threat of violence. It's not okay, any threat of violence, you know, we don't want. I would love for us to have a unity type moment, but I think it's probably going to be pretty fleeting, as we've seen in the past.
So it's the Trump campaign that will have to tone down the rhetoric, not the deranged leftists, liberals, and the liberal MSM. Oh no. Not that side, it's the Trump side that has to tone down everything else. If this was Joe Biden, for instance, or Kamala Harris, they would not be saying that side needs to tone down the rhetoric. Actually, you know what they'd be saying. They'd be blaming Trump still. They'd be blaming his supporters. I don't even live in America, and it frustrates me to see the sort of things being said about Trump that don't need to be said. They have painted him out to be this evil person, and he's going to do terrible things. Yet he has been in charge before, and all the evil things they accused him of wanting to do or he's going to do never happened. Yet they constantly feed that every single day on social media, in the mainstream media. It has to stop. But before I just go around in circles, nobody wants that. Let's see what Donald Trump had to say regarding this whole situation. I would like to thank everyone for your concern and well wishes. It was certainly an interesting day. Most importantly, I want to thank the US Secret Service, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, and his Office of Brave and Dedicated Patriots, and all of law enforcement for the incredible job done today at Trump International in keeping me as the 45th President of the United States and the Republican nominee in the upcoming presidential election safe. The job was done absolutely outstanding. I am very proud to be an American. Man, for someone who talks like that, and then to see how they're treated by the opposite side, it is just absolutely ridiculous. You know, this man has a family. And you sit there and think about what they must be going through. Every time he steps out, you're telling me his wife, his kids are not worried for his safety? They must be going through a roller coaster of emotions. And they don't deserve to go through that. Nobody does. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on this whole situation? What are your theories on it? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host, JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.